Yo, what's going on? It's your boy CJ. You are now rocking with the only Kayla. Let's get it.
Mic check, mic check. Can I get a year?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. I am your host, the only Kayla, and today I have New York's finest with me, CJ. CJ, how are you feeling today?
And I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Just working right now, running around.
So I know you have a new record with Alfa dropping next week. Tell me a little bit about that. What's the name of the song? What's the vibe? And what's it about?
The name of the song is Replica. It's just it's another Dembo record that I have with him. It kind of gives like the same vibe as the record we had, La Mama. It's kind of like a part two of that, like a Dembo party song. So super dope.
Now, early in your career, you've had the opportunity to work with Ozuna, Alfa, Anuel, Farruko. What was that experience like to be working with those heavy hitters so early on in your career?
Yeah, man, it's definitely I want to say a dream come true. Growing up, listening to reggaeton and watching videos on YouTube and seeing them on TV. Those are some of the artists I looked up to in the Latin space. So being able to work with them was a blessing, especially so early on in my career.
Is there another Latin artist that's kind of on your radar that you would like to work with?
I want to say probably like a Bad Bunny. That's like one of those guys I want to do a record with. So hopefully one day that will make that happen.
Yeah, that would be so fire.
So
I also want to talk about your song Whoopty. Obviously that song went viral. You had New York City on lock. When you released that song, did you anticipate that song to go as viral as it did and for it to have an impact and for it to like literally change your life?
I didn't know it was gonna be, that big of a song. I kind of just recorded it just like on some natural, just organic. Like I just went in the studio. I liked the beat, and that was really it. I didn't know it was gonna blow up the way it did, but changed my life.
Yeah, and I remember going back to like your Instagram and when you first posted like, oh, like first 500 comments, I'll release this whole song. And it's crazy like when you think about it, like you were just asking for 500 comments and now you have like millions of streams. Like it's insane, right? When you think about it.
Yeah, when I released the song, I believe I had like maybe 7,000 followers at the time, 6,000.
And you about to hit 1 million.
Yeah, I'm about to hit 1 million now, a year later. So, it's a blessing.
Talk to me a little bit about growing up in Staten Island. What was that like? Was rapping always your passion? I'm from New York too. I'm from the Bronx, and we always gig on Staten Island. So I was shocked when I heard that you was from Staten Island. What was that like growing up there?
It's just like every other, borough in New York. I feel like, a lot of people don't, look at it like that because, it's not really talked about as far as, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Harlem. But it's the same kind of, I grew up the same way everybody else did. My family didn't really have it like that, mom, single mom, you know what I'm saying? Went to junior high school with all the same people, high school, all the same people. So I kind of grew up in that, the same area. But it was not that bad, It was not that bad. It's just a very small town and everybody knows everybody. That's Staten Island for you.
And did you start rapping early? Is that something that you kind of always had a passion for? Or did it just happen or like?
Yeah, I started rapping about like, I want to say 13, 14 years old. I always had a love for music and love for hip hop. As soon as I want to say turned 4 or 5, watching music videos in the house and MTV, VH1. And then, around 13, 14 is when I started, making songs on my own.
Mm-hmm. When you released Whoopty and after seeing the impact that it had, when you went back in the studio, was there any pressure to release another hit as big as that one? Because you've had hits after that, but like, is there still any pressure on you now? Like when it comes to making music, I know you work on your album, to make another hit like Whoopty?
I wouldn't really say pressure. I'm not the type of artist that really you know, trying to chase another hit. You know, my thing is just making, you know, good music that, you know, people can relate to and, you know, vibe to. But as far as like, you know, pressure, I definitely want to say it's pressure.
And I know you're working on a new album. Can you tell us a little bit about that, the process, like putting that together? When do you anticipate it dropping?
I don't want to put a date on it yet, but it's coming real soon. You know, we just putting the pieces to the puzzle right now, and just, you know, lining everything up and making sure everything is good. But yeah, it's still in the works, so definitely, you know, be on the lookout for that.
And do you have anybody lined up that you want to work with on that album, or you're kind of still in the process of doing that?
They're really in the process, you know, like I said, we putting everything together right now. You know, making a checklist for other artists and features and stuff like that. But it's still in the early stages, so we're just
Mhm.
putting everything together.
And now, as I mentioned earlier, you know, or very early on, you tapped into the Latin market. Was that something that you and your team planned, or did it kind of happen organically? Because I think that was genius. You know, you're Puerto Rican and you tapped into that and you were able to successfully cross over into the Latin market. So was that something that you guys planned?
It was, I want to say it was definitely you know, a conversation that you know, me and my team had early on.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened, it was just so natural because you know, Anuel and Ozuna and those guys and Alfa and Farruko, you know, they kind of reached out because they were a fan of, you know, what I had going on
Yeah.
in the record. So the way it happened, it was kind of just like organic. It wasn't forced. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, you know, ask for no favors. So it kind of just happened naturally. But yes, it was a blessing the way it just, you know, it was so smooth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. And so a few weeks ago, I interviewed a good friend of yours, someone who considers you like a brother, boxer Edgar Berlanga, and we had a great interview. And and I wanted to ask you a question that I asked him, which was, how does it feel to be receiving such genuine love and support from the Latin community?
Man, it's a beautiful thing, you know. Like you said, you know, being Puerto Rican and just, you know, having that spotlight and that support, you know, that means everything. You know, that's my heritage, that's my, you know, my background. So, you know, getting the love from my people, that's, you know, that's a great feeling.
Also, there were reports that you had signed with French Montana. Is that true? What's that like? What's that relationship like between you two? And did you really sign with him or not?
Man, I never signed with him. I don't even know where that rumor started from. French's family, you know what I'm saying? We never signed a deal together. The only thing that, you know, people probably got mistaken was that, you know, he was the executive producer of my last project of my EP. And that was really it. You know, I never signed to him. I'm not signed to him. But you know, that's my guy, that's family, you know, I always show him love. He always showed me love every time we link up. But no, that's false. I'm not signed to French Montana.
All right, awesome. Glad we were able to clear that up. So as we wrap up this interview, I like to play a fun little game with those that I interview. It's called 5 questions nobody ever asks. So it's a rapid fire segment. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions and you kind of have to answer them quickly. All right?
Yeah.
All right. So the first question is, who is the most famous contact in your phone?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. All right. That's a big contact. Who would you say are your top 3 New York rappers right now?
Right now of all time.
Whichever you prefer, either now or of all time.
I must do all time, probably like Jay-Z, Nas, 50.
All right, good. Question number 3, who is your dream collab?
Shit. Probably like a Jay. Like a Jay-Z, probably like a Drake or something.
Ooh, that would be nice. CJ and
Uh,
Drake.
we're gonna make that happen.
Heck yeah. I definitely see that.
Shit.
Question number 4, what was your first big purchase when you started? The money started coming in. What was your first big purchase? You know, when
Um,
them streams started coming in from Whoopty.
probably my chain, probably my first chain. I got my first chain probably like early on.
How much did
It
you
was
drop?
just, it was my CJ piece. I think it was like 15, 20, something like that. 15,
Okay.
20.
I see.
Little sign.
A little
It was my
sunshine.
watch. Yeah.
And last question, if you weren't a rapper, what profession would you choose?
Man, I wanted to be an actor, man. It's still gonna happen, but I want to be an actor, model. Um, but yeah, definitely actor. I would say actor.
You could definitely still make that happen for
Yeah,
sure.
I want to be in the movies and a big.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, CJ, for virtually stopping by. I'm looking forward to the album. Tell
Appreciate you.
everybody where they can find you, and what you have coming up.
Man, it's your boy CJ. You can find me on Instagram at real CJ _ YouTube, just type in CJ. Apple Music, type in CJ. All streaming platforms, type in just CJ. I'm dropping a music video and a song called Replica. Me and Alfa about to go crazy again. La Mama Part 2. Be on the lookout for the album dropping real soon.